Good morning, everybody. Da, 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 da. It's out. Oh, I love this schedule. I got it right here. Birds. It's one of the fun things because you get to look and listen. It was the least kept secret, right? Like all day. Like the Eagles schedule came out yesterday while we were still on the air. Like it leaked. Forget about it. Leaks everywhere. But now it's official. And it's out. And it's awesome. It's the schedule. And NFL. NFL is just, it's king, right? Like, it's football. So we get to plan the whole thing out. It's the fall. Like, the beauty of kind of where we're at, by the way, this is the Anthony Gargano Show. And we are presented by TrueMark Financial Credit Union. Check out TrueMark.com/PHLY. Stop at your local branch to learn more about the credit union difference at TrueMark Financial today. All right, so one of the things you love about the rhythm of sports, because now this is a period of just baseball. And it's great because you have a great team. Phillies 10-5 yesterday. That's 3 in a row against the Mets. This is becoming outrageous to watch. Like, every night, they're like must-see TV. It's truly astounding how hot they are. And they just roll. Like, it's really, we haven't seen anything like it since 2011 when they set the franchise record for wins. I mean, yesterday, like, Ranger wasn't even great yesterday. Like, he was okay. He didn't have great stuff, but he battled through it. And when you look at his numbers, I mean, he gives you 5 innings, but when you look at it, he threw 83 pitches, which was a lot for his 5 innings, but he got into his groove at the end, only gives up 2 runs. Like, it's unbelievable. They win again, 31-13, right? 3 straight over the Mets, 16 of 19. Bryce bomb, right? Bryce comes back to the lineup. He goes yard. JT was back. That was good. And like, they put up the 10 with not even a lot of fireworks. Like, they're good. It's amazing when I think about how they're just really, really good. Probably the best team, at least certainly the best start. And you can make the argument on paper, the best team in Philly's history as you're going. I mean, certainly the start of it all. And let's see what happens. Next week it's starting to get into the 80s and, we'll be in summertime mode and the ball will fly. It's just wild. It's wild. Ranger 8-0. He's got an ERA of 1.37. Ty Steve Carlton, 8-0 for the Ranger. The rotation, lights out. Just wild. It's just fun. So, to bring up my point, you have Phillies as an awesome companion through this late spring and summer, right? Like through vacations, down the shore, all that stuff. You have the Phillies as a wonderful companion because you got to check in. We talk about the pledge for 162. Well, you got to be in, right? Everybody's got to be in on it. And then by the time football rolls around, you get the start of the NFL, September, Brazil, the whole thing leads into baseball playoffs, and of course, the great Eagles season. So it's fun. And then, who knows what the Sixers put together, right? Flyers, all the things. So it's a good time. It's a good time for us as we look at our sports. But let's figure out where we're going to be and go through the schedule. And it's my favorite thing. I love it. I've done it 50 times already. So just to get away, I see 12. All right? I see 12-5. Now, we'll go through the W's and L's in the clubhouse and have some fun with it. But all in all, I mean, it's a good schedule, right? It's the home schedule is easy. You get 4 of the last 5 at home to end the year, so that's big. But let's go through have some fun with a dramatic reading. How's that, Andrew? Do the dramatic reading?
I love it. Yeah,
you like the dramatic reading? So we start off I love the storylines and the locale. We start off at Corinthians Arena in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Now, this is a tough game, right? Friday, September the 6th, Packers. Tough game. Then we come back on a Monday night. Oh, look at this. 10 days later, Falcons and Cousins comes to town on the Monday night, and the fans will be wild. 8:15, ESPN, Monday Night Football, Joe Buck. Hi, I'm Joe. He's Troy. At Lincoln Financial Field. Oh, my. And then we go first pure road game. Remember the Brazil game, Eagles are slated as the home team. So then you go at New Orleans, one of the great American cities. So this will be big. Tomorrow, Vince from Philly Sports Trips, True Fan Travel, he's going to come on. We're going to talk about trips and go to a little travel action. So it's live from the Caesars Superdome, New Orleans, Louisiana. 1 o'clock game. People love the 1 o'clock game. I hate the 1 o'clock games. People love them. All right? Very winnable. You're not afraid of Derek Carr and the Saints. And then you follow it up at Tampa, Raymond James Stadium, the pirate ship. Right? Oh, man, that's a nice one. September 29th. That's another good trip. Now, this is the only bad part of the schedule I don't like is the bye week. So you get an early bye. You know, I was a little disappointed by that early bye. I don't like the early bye. Right? I like the best is the week 7, 8, 9, 10 bye is always the good bye. And then you come off the bye week with a gritty game. And how about Jim Schwartz and the Cleveland Browns defense with Deshaun Stinks Watson comes in to Lincoln Financial Field. Another 1 o'clock game. That's October 13th. And then week 7, MetLife Stadium, East Rutherford. October 20th, the return of Saquon. Oh, my. Saquon and the Birds. Oh, yes, that's going to be great. Saquon Barkley. Oh, man, that'll be a nice win. We'll tell our friend Vito from The Sopranos, who was on with us yesterday, Joe Ganiscoli. He's a big giant, man. Still haunted by Deshaun Jackson and B. West. Then you follow it up at Paycor Stadium, Cincinnati, Ohio, home of the Skyline Chili and Joe Burrow. 4:25 start, CBS. That'll be a Brady. No, Brady's Fox. That'll be 4:25 CBS. That's a robo game. At Cincinnati, that's a good game, right? On the as we get ready for, I guess that's Halloween week in Cincinnati. And then, looky, November the 3rd, right before the election. Look at this. Dougie P comes back to Philadelphia. And the Jaguars, Sunshine, Trevor Lawrence, 8:20 Sunday night football. Sunday night football. Lincoln Financial Field. That's a nice game. We welcome back Doug on that game. And then on the 10th of November, as the weather grows cold in Philadelphia, we go south. We go to the heartland of Texas. And there it is, AT&T Stadium, the great strip joint in the middle of Texas. The Cowboys. It's Cowboy Week. I'm already geeked over it. I missed it last year. I had to sit out during Cowboy Week last year. I can't wait. Drum that up. That's a blast. And then we get on a bus, right? And it's a Thursday night Amazon special. And it's cool because Washington, right, with Daniels at quarterback, the young stud out of Louisiana State University. That'll be fun, right? We get home game, Eagles Commanders on the 14th. And then 10 days later, we make the trek on a Sunday night to Inglewood, California. Eagles, Rams. And I always love the Eagles and Rams, where I'll never forget this story. So Eagles, it was the Super Bowl year. It was the game that Wentz got hurt. And they were doing a big deal. Like, it was like on the Eagles, it was Fox. And they were going to do a big tailgate. They go live. You know, you love the football tailgates where all the crowds in the background and you have the stage and all the analysts and the pregame shows. I love that stuff, right? It's all great theater. But they ran into major issues. Even though the game was in Los Angeles, there was no Ram fans. It was all Eagle fans. So they had to put a casting call. A friend of mine is a casting agent in Los Angeles, in Hollywood. And he got the call from Fox that they were looking for actors to dress up like Rams fans. How freaking beautiful is that? Right? Because they go, oh, these Eagle nuts. Forget about it. It's going to be too much Eagles in L.A. Perfect. So that's a great game, man. Rams are tough, right? If Stafford is healthy, Puka and Kyron. I mean, they got the Irish from Kyron Williams. That's a great game. And then you follow that up. This is another great interconference game. December 1. Oh, the Ravens. Eagles against Hurts against Lamar. The battle of the quarterbacks. 4:25. That's going to be a great one. CBS. That's an awesome game. And then you get a nice gimme, right? Like, this is where, you get a little bit of a gimme, and then we go back to the 1 o'clock start, and it's Eagles-Panthers, and that's a 38-6 piece. Carolina stinks. So they get a little bit of a break. And then a classic matchup, right? Because you're home again. And this is another 4:25 start. It's cold. The lights are up for Christmas. Philadelphia bathed in the red and the green. And there it is from the western part of Pennsylvania. In come the Steelers. Eagles, Steelers, 4:25, December the 15th. That's a game and a half. And then Christmas week, they're at Washington, 1 o'clock start. And look at this, right before we usher in 2025 and the new year with New Year's Eve and just around the corner. We have the Cowboys at home, a 4:25 start. It gets dark at 4:25, and the fans are restless. It's going to be a great day. And then you end the season with the Giants. Of course, I love how the NFL does it, where you get to, we'll figure out where it all stands, and you stagger the starts. I see 12. I look at it, and 12. If all goes well, you could get me to 13. Forget injuries, but if you're just looking at it, the opponents, like if you just look at you figure you split with Dallas. Some of the tough games. I think Green Bay is tough in the opener. I think that's a really tough game because it's completely a different atmosphere, environment. You're in Brazil, first time the league's playing in Brazil. A good Packers team. I mean, that's a kind of a who knows type of thing. Yeah, that's a tough game. Like the back-to-back LA Ravens. So you got Rams, Ravens back-to-back. That's a tough spot. Pittsburgh should be better, but I don't think you lose. At New Orleans, at Tampa. I mean, maybe you slip up one of those games, but you should come away with 12. Is kind of how I'm looking at it. We're going to celebrate what the NFL did all day. I mean, it's amazing how we love it. We love this, laying it all out. I got the Thanksgiving games. One of the wrinkles that they did that I loved is the Monday night double headers. We got a couple Monday night double headers. That's a cool thing. Now, I don't like the start times. They're either 8:15 and 9. I don't like I like it when it's broken up. Well, I can watch both games. And then it's unbelievable. We talked about it last year. When the NFL owns Christmas, you knew that they were going to plant their flag, even though this year Christmas falls on a Wednesday, right? Like the only day you figure, can they make it work on a Wednesday? Damn right they will. We got NFL football Christmas Day, Wednesday. It's going to be Chiefs and Steelers and Ravens and Texans. 2 great games. And, the people in the NBA office are like, bleep you, NFL. Bleep you, Raj. Good morning, JP.
Buenos dias, cuz.
That was Popping Off, brought to you by Olipop. Find your favorite Olipop flavors. The soda that's good for you at your nearest Wawa. What do you think, buddy?
So happy it's finally out. We start planning. We start doing our W's and L's. The schedule does intrigue me. Obviously with the way last season ended, I'm so curious how we're going to start this season. We talked about how they should handle training camp and just the beginning parts of the season. You hope that they put in that work early on in those practices and training camp because there's some good early tests here.
It's an interesting kind of way, because you're playing in Brazil, like that's going to affect them in a big way.
Yeah, the jet lag, right? The time difference.
There's a lot.
Just being in a different country.
Luckily, the time difference we learned yesterday.
Just an hour prior.
Yeah, so that's not an issue.
That's a long flight, though.
Right. It's the long flight. And the flight is an issue.
Yeah, I'm going to have to do something similar in July, but it's not going to be fun, guys. So
where are you going?
Colombia. I'm getting married.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I do. I know that. Yeah, in Colombia. How far is that flight?
That one, so we actually were just looking at flights yesterday. So it can vary, like between 9 to 16 hours. You typically have to take a connecting flight. Obviously, I'm assuming the birds are going to take a direct flight to Sao Paulo.
Yes.
So it's a little bit different. But definitely that travel, I mean, we it's going to be very difficult for that travel just in general. But I'm curious how the early parts of the season works because I think it's some good tests. I don't know what Atlanta's going to look like. I think New Orleans is going to be another mediocre
I think Atlanta
team.
will be better. I mean, obviously with Cousins, they have good skill people, right?
Yeah.
I think Atlanta is a tester. Now, I think the Eagles will win.
Yeah.
But, to fair point, when you have that kind of travel and you're going to come back and, they'll have a week to get reacclimated.
Luckily, it's Monday Night Football for sure. But I'm looking at that Week 4 game, cuz, I mean, like, the way that season ended in the playoffs, you have to have some type of sour taste in your mouth. I really hope going back down into Raymond James, they do take.
Yeah, I think that's a revenge piece.
Yeah, I hope so.
Now the problem is you got that's a little tough because you got at New Orleans
back to back,
and not that they're great. I mean, their defense is decent, but not that they're a great team, and not that Tampa's a great team. So you should get revenge against Tampa, but you are. I mean, you're in Brazil, home on a Monday night, and then at New Orleans, at Tampa, and then you got to come back, and then you have the bye. So then,
hate that bye.
I don't like the bye.
Oh my god, they really didn't do us any favors. But October's extremely intriguing. Obviously, the Browns game, the Browns defense is still really good. Curious to see what that offense is going to look like. Deshaun coming off of injury as well. But that Giants game, come on, the storyline.
First name, Andrew, Deshaun.
I'm not calling him Watson. It's not my guy. Oh, well, damn. Just got myself.
Yeah.
Watson.
No, we know you call. Who was it yesterday?
Calling number 4. Aaron. I called Noah Aaron.
Aaron. That's right. Aaron.
Mr. Aaron.
Yeah. He's your first name man.
He is. Yeah.
He's nuts.
I didn't even notice that until you said that. But
all right, so you got
the Giants game. Obviously, storylines are going to write itself that week. Oh
my god!
Yeah, I put the tweet out on the Gargano show. I did the Arthur meme with the fist. Giants fans are going to they're circling that game a couple hundred times on their little.
Yeah, but
scheduler.
if I'm them, I don't want to circle that game because that's a game off my gigi. Like they
think
want
about revenge. They're seeking blood.
They stink.
They do stink, but you know they don't believe that.
Well, yeah, I think heart of hearts they know.
We're gonna have to find out because I don't think they believe that.
The narrative about Barkley.
Yeah,
They didn't offer him. Like, the truth of the matter is that dude did everything he could. He could have made waves last year when they didn't give him a contract.
Because in all honesty, if we're being honest with one another, Giants Nation is one of the softest fan bases that there is in the NFL. Because I remember back in 2020, they were upset about us.
That's a nation?
Giants fan base, whatever you guys want to call yourselves.
No way.
Is that right? We actually need to go over the fan bases.
You know, it's a pretty big fan base.
Like,
though.
it's a huge fan. No, I'm not saying it like they're not. They're a storied franchise and a huge fan base. But I'm talking about the word like nation. Versus, you know, the flock. Like, there's a million of these terms for, you know, for this stuff.
I hear you.
But you tried out Giants, like Raider Nation, I know is
okay.
Like that's a thing.
I only do it for like the bigger teams.
Giant Army.
Yes.
More
that
like
would be
Army.
The Giant Army is better than Giant Nation. Giant Nation doesn't go. Giant Army goes. I like the Giant Army.
They're sensitive though.
And then you got. I'm looking forward to the Burrow.
Yeah, what's that going to look like?
Bengals are. Well, listen, if he comes, I love Joe Burrow, but he's
they're still a good team when they're healthy.
Yeah,
still a really good.
That's going to be like that'll be a tough game. Again, it's October. That's Cincinnati.
Leaves start changing.
Right, exactly. Fall. It's autumnal. 4:25. I love that because it'll get dark early. You know. My
little night owl.
Isn't that when we changed the clocks around that time?
Around that time, yeah.
Why do I love that?
You love the night.
I do.
It's
I
winter.
like. Everyone loves spring forward. I get it. I'm the only idiot that likes the fall back.
You're Batman. Gargano, you're Batman.
It's like an ambiance for football. The dark sky. It makes it feel more like but, you know.
I love football in the like brisk.
Oh no, I'm totally with you.
You know.
I love
the swept, the leaves
when it's
in
cold.
A circle,
Yeah,
the funnel of leaves.
I love those old school like NFL films. You see the breath coming out.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Snot bubbles
gets the goosebumps going.
Snot bubble.
Stop.
All right, Dougie P coming back. You like that?
Yeah, of course, man. Dougie P.
Dougie P's like one of these dudes that he comes back. You always welcome him.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, come on, Doug. Come over for dinner.
Guys,
like
he's that Super Bowl.
Right. But he's that kind of dude.
VG doesn't like that one.
What, VG? You're not inviting Doug over for dinner?
No, you hate Doug.
No, I don't hate Doug. I've never hated Doug. I've known Doug 100 years. He's a friend of mine. But did I think he was Lombardi? No. That's all. I mean, we used to argue like Doug walks on water, and I love Doug, I do. But I mean, I never thought like when he was removed, it was a lot because of his assistants. But you know,
Mr. Haagen-Dazs, the ice cream man.
He was
the ice cream man. That was good. No, but because that November 24th and then going into December 1st, that's gonna be a good test. The rank going over into LA, and then going down into Baltimore. That's actually the December 1st. Actually, one I'm trying to attend. I like slid it to the fiance. I was like, babe, how you feel about maybe Baltimore in December? She didn't really like that one too much, but I'm still trying. I'm still gonna try.
Yeah, I was hoping Baltimore would be early.
I'd say
that would have been a fun bus trip down.
That's where I'm at.
Right,
That's where
like
my mindset's
you
at.
stay in you stay on the
East Coast,
the wharf. No, like
Inner Harbor.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, you're okay,
in the Inner
down
Harbor. Crabs, beer.
Oh, great time
football.
down there. Fells Point.
Football.
Like that's a good. That would have been a nice trip. I wish that was early.
I know. That's definitely one of mine. But you know what's funny, is the end of the season, it's the same end as 2019.
Yeah.
Played Washington, then Dallas, and then the Giants.
Yeah. I mean that's how they're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is
not bad.
Which is good.
Hopefully same ending as well here in 2020.
All right, we got lots to do. Zachariah, he just walked in.
Looking good.
We'll go over the schedule with Zach Berman. We'll do that. Looking forward to it.